Hey choir kids, what's up? It's me, Miss Cassidy, with another Takadimi lesson for you. During our last lesson, we talked about in simple meter, quarter notes and eighth notes and what we say for that. Just as a quick review, for quarter notes we say ta if they're on the beat, and for eighth notes we say ta-di. So we have talked about, the quarter note unit of time in 4/4 time, which is one beat. And the easiest way to divide that is into two parts. So we already know this. To divide it into two, we divide it into two eighth notes. But if we want to further divide each eighth note into two, we would then have 4 16th notes for an entire beat. And that would look like this. So it's 4 note heads, 4 stems, and then 2 beams that go across. In 4/4 time, for 4 16th notes, we say takadimi. And I want to show you all three of these kinds of notes take up the same unit of time, one beat. So if this is the beat, that's the beat. All of those are the same amount of time. So if we were just going to do quarter notes for that, it'd sound like this. Ta, 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 ta. And then if we divided all those into each set taking up the same amount of time, it'd be like this. Ta-di, 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 ta-di. And then if we further divide every single eighth note into another set of 2, it'd go like this. Takadimi, 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 takadimi. Notice that we always say ta first. That's what happens on the beat. So every time I'm hitting the beat, I say ta, 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 ta-di, 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 takadimi, 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 takadimi. So ta always happens right at the beginning of each beat. Also notice that in takadimi, the third syllable you say is di, because that's halfway through. And that matches the ta-di that we say for eighth notes. So we have ta-di, 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 takadimi, 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 takadimi. So the D always happens exactly halfway through the beat. And you'll get more familiar with that as we get a little bit further into Takadimi. So when you're making choices about how to label a rhythmic example, based on our knowledge of these beats, we always want to think about what kind of note it is, what value it is, and where it happens in the beat. For today's example, every note is going to happen on the beat. We're not going to worry about syncopation yet. That'll happen later. So if we have 4 quarter notes, we already know. We say ta, 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 ta. Okay? Let's do a measure that has some more mixed rhythms in it. So let's do a quarter note, 2 eighth notes, 4 16th notes, and then another quarter note. So for the quarter note, we know we always say ta. For the eighth notes, ta-di. Here's our new one today. 4 16th notes, we say takadimi. And then another quarter note, ta. If I was going to perform this measure, which you will be expected to do eventually, it will go like this. First I establish my steady beat, then I do it. Ta, ta-di, takadimi, ta. For a lot of us, that's review. We've done that before. But make sure that you have the ability to perform that measure by the time you're done with this video. I have 2 more kinds of notes that I want to talk about today. These are notes that we use for note values that are greater than 1 beat, so more than 1 quarter note linked together. The first one is what we do when we combine 2 quarter notes together. That's an open note head with a stem, and this is called a half note. Now, it's not hard to remember what to say for this because it's the same as what you say for quarter notes. Ta. It just takes up twice as much time. So if here's our beat, ta, 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 ta. If there's 4 quarter notes in a measure, there's 2 half notes. There's 2 half notes because each of those quarter notes, each half note takes up 2 of the quarter notes. So if we had ta, 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 a measure of just half notes would be ta, ta, okay? And that's a half note. For our whole note, a whole note takes up 4 beats, 4 quarter notes, and it just looks like this. It's just an open circle. It's just an open circle. A whole note takes up 4 quarter notes, so that's 4 beats, so it would sound like this. Ta, ta. Each whole note takes up 4 quarter notes. You will see all 4 of these kinds of notes on your assignment today. You'll see quarter notes, eighth notes, whole notes, and half notes. So just make sure that you are getting all of those labeled correctly. If you are having trouble, please feel free to reach out to me. I am always here for you guys. Next week on Thursday and Friday, you will have a flip grid that is you performing rhythms. So make sure that you're at least able to identify what Takadimi syllables go with each rhythm so that we can build towards that skill. Miss you guys. See you all tomorrow.